Crawford trying to time that backhand for a moment.
I think boxing is slowly going out of the mind of Terrence Crawford. He doesn't like getting hit flush. He doesn't like the reaction of the crowd, even though this is a pro Crawford crowd. He wants to get some get back. You see that in his eyes and in his demeanor right now.
To the body to finish off an entertaining second round.
And the exchanges in this round. Porter got his. Crawford got his. That shot right there to the chest may not seem like much, but that hurt. A sweeping left hand from Crawford and a beautiful time right hook. Called it a check hook by Terrence Crawford. And Sean Porter took the bell.
Get him where you need him to be. Give me a first and second series of punches. Make sure when you decide to go hard, it's an advantage to you, okay?
Shout out sa iyo, Ralph Waldo at Antonio Magdangal sa Gcash donation. I love you po.
Hands up.
Shout out sa iyo, Lalbert Jasma sa 500 pesos na Gcash donation. Shout out sa iyo, Albert Jasma sa 500 pesos na Gcash donation.
Tomac, Brian McIntyre, the trainer of Terrence Crawford, said don't get into a firefight with Sean Porter. Meanwhile, Kenny Porter, trainer father of Sean Porter, was giving his son advice in terms of how to react when Crawford does touch him. So both trainers want guys composed, collected, and sticking to the plan. That second round was something. Porter was 12 of 34. Crawford was 11 of 36.
Tomac is going to have to remind Terrence Crawford often to not get into a firefight, but to box. Not sure if Crawford's going to listen.
You wonder what's slowing down Sean Porter. It's the southpaw stance of Crawford. When he was in orthodox stance, Porter was able to land his jab and get inside. Now from the southpaw stance, he has to battle the lead hand of Terrence. Porter's starting to lunge a tad bit when he comes behind his jab.
That's what Porter does when he gets over anxious and he starts to reach for a taller man. And that can be very dangerous against this guy, Terrence Crawford.
But attempted right there in the uppercut as Porter lunged forward. Terrence is starting to find his rhythm. As soon as he starts landing his jab, he starts getting comfortable. A turn from Porter. As soon as Terrence attacks, Porter's going to try to turn Terrence into that corner. That's why he's sitting there. There it is.
Good eye, Tim.
Woo. But he's coming.
To the body with the right hand goes Porter. But saying, you want some of that? You want that kind of exchange?
Yeah, he likes it.
It's over now. Bud is here. A fight about to break out now. There's a cut on the eye of Porter.
It looked like there may have been a clash of heads on that last exchange when both men came in. Remember, southpaw and orthodox, you can often get that angle where the head comes into play. So there is blood now around the right eye of Sean Porter. Is not a knockdown.
Doesn't look like much, but Porter had to pick up something off the canvas. That takes some of the energy.
Now they're wrestling against the ropes. And they're jawing right through it. And Terrence is playing into it.
Shout out sa iyo, Albert Jasma sa 500 pesos na Gcash donation. I love you po.
Stay focused, huh? Headbutt. We got a headbutt, man. Yo, ref. We gotta clash your heads. Thank you.
There it is.
There it is. Terrence coming inside. Beautiful uppercut in the inside by Sean Porter.
Hey guys, watch your feet, all right?
And then here's the moment where they tie up, and Porter went falling down. And then the end of the round. Yeah, sure, they've been friends since the amateur circuit.
It's a fight.
It's a fight.
But Porter right here, seeing how strong Terrence is, he's showing him.
Former high school football star against a wrestling fanatic, a father of two wrestlers who are collecting trophies, Tyrese and Little T. Round number 4. Punches through 3, 25-20 Porter.
Ooh! Beautiful surprising hook right there from Porter.
Coming into this fight, Porter's been cut 11 times. The majority of those cuts have come on the right eye, so there's a lot of scar tissue there. Not surprised that his eye has opened up this early.
It's very noticeable when you're with him. Looks like railroad tracks when you talk to him around that right eye, and now there's blood coming from it.
See the urgency that I was talking about that Sean Porter.
What a left hand from Crawford.
Good shot right there to the body. But you see Crawford is not thinking about boxing. He's thinking about fighting.
Then very accurate with the right hand as well. Puts him off balance again, right to the chest.
You see Porter being patient more than usually in fights because he feels those punches coming from Crawford and those sharp counters.
It's good to be relentless. It's good to have aggression, but it can't be too much of a risk-reward fatal flaw.
His attacks has to be explosive.
Yes.
They got to be sharp, accurate. After Terrence misses or throws something like that.
As he bounces and then comes forward with the right hand.
What Crawford is having issues with right now is the sneak attacks from Sean Porter. They're so explosive and so fast that Crawford doesn't have time to compute what's happening, and before he knows it, he's been hit.
Dynamic fight early on. Fascinating fight early on. The athleticism of Sean Porter. The skill and accuracy of Terrence Crawford.
I don't think pulling back is the answer for Crawford. I think he's got to have a tight guard and allow Porter to open up. And when he opens up, you get your shots off just like that. Pulling back from a shorter arm guy that's as explosive as Sean Porter is not a good idea.
There's another left hand trying to dig underneath as Porter came forward. Crawford's been trying to test that body a bit.
Crawford's doing the right thing by going down to the body, trying to slow down Porter. Hoping that
Punching with the right hand, he gets out of the way, and all of a sudden Porter goes face first into the neutral corner.
Olay, Tess, Olay. Here comes the turn, the pivot.
Short left hand from Crawford as Porter comes out of that position, and we finish up round 4. Man, oh man, is this intense early on.
Shout out sa iyo Albert Jasma sa 500 pesos na GCash donation. I love you po.
Cut right there from Terrence Crawford, just turning Porter. The Cubans are known for doing that. That's a Cuban move right there. Turning, cupping the head there, pushing the guy in the corner. But why did he do it?
Shout out sa iyo Albert Jasma sa 500 pesos na GCash donation. I love you po.
Al Chernoff is the cut man for Sean Porter. He is tasked with handling that right eye that opened up due to an accidental clash in round number 3.
Double right hand right there from Porter, sneaks in.
Porter saying, Sean, go left, go left. Right now he's circling right, and that is right into the range and the track of the backhand, the power hand of Terrence Crawford. Let's look at Andre Ward's card through 4 rounds, 39-37, Porter.
Tess, I could have easily given Crawford one of those first three rounds. Good shot right there from Porter, but Porter would always do just enough to kind of eke out the round, and Crawford would give up that 1 or 2 blows that would seal the round for Sean Porter in my book.
I would circle the second round as potentially the round that could swing the other way. But it's understandable that you have tight rounds beyond the first.
Let me just tell you this, if Crawford thinks Porter's going to slow down, he's not. He's not going to slow down. He's going to be this intense and bring this type of intensity all night long.
Well, Porter's not even as intense as he normally is. He's being very thoughtful and methodical. He'll have tense moments, but he's not wrestling inside and digging to the body like we've seen him in the past. So you're right. I don't think Porter, at this pace especially, is going to fade.
I just spoke with Bomac, who trains Terrence Crawford, and he told me, I want Terrence to box more because that will open up the shots that he needs to land on Sean Porter.
There's Porter coming in with that relentless aggression that he's known for. Terrence covering up as Porter tries to get around that guard. Terrence smiles at him and pushes him away.
Doesn't matter that it doesn't hurt. Sean Porter's piling up points.
That's exactly right, Trey.
Porter right now is fighting a perfect fight. Being athletic, using his hand speed, using volume, roughing up Terrence on the inside right now. Changing rhythms.
That left hand right to the body. He does a few times. And then goes on the attack to close out the round, does Terrence Bud Crawford. There's Miss Deborah, his mother, who's always a picture ringside and a concern. Sean Porter's wife, Letitia, she's looking up at the big screen.
Shout out sa iyo, Albert Jasma, sa 500 pesos na Gcash donation. I love you. Shout out sa iyo, Ralph Waldo at Antonio Magdangal sa Gcash donation. I love you po.
You see, you can feel it. I see you pushing him back. Push him back behind that jab. All right? You gotta keep boxing. Keep boxing. Keep boxing. Box behind that jab. And come. Make some moves on the inside, okay? That's your hands go.
Trey, Bomac said the same thing that you expressed with your analysis of, hey, you're letting him come up and just touch you at times. It may not matter to you. You're not being affected, but it matters to the judges. That's exactly what his trainer told him.
Not only the judges, but it's allowing Porter to get into a rhythm, to gain confidence. And it's forcing Bud to press because he knows he's behind, at least on my scorecard.
Look at this from Bud Crawford.
Scorecard.
Early on in round 6, as you see the head movement from Porter, but not able to dodge all of it. Porter now comes in. Back and forth they go.
I don't know if I saw some blood coming from the right ear or left ear of Terrence Crawford. I don't know if it's Porter's blood or not, but that's not a good sign.
Little forearm to the neck and a pat on the back. Sean Porter.
Ooh, good body shot right there, sneak.
He's been able to get that left hand to the body a few times here in the first half of this fight. He's landed 11 body shots as Bud Crawford.
But if you're Terrence Crawford, this is what you want. You've been arguably the best fighter in the world, give or take 1 through 3 over the last few years. But individuals, critics, fans, they got questions. And Sean Porter's asking those questions of Terrence Crawford tonight. It's a great opportunity for him to answer.
Porter just crossed that threshold. Crawford was quick to throw the left hand. Trying to cut off
some of these,
the ring there.
Yeah, to your point, Tess, some of these rounds are close, but even the body language of Sean Porter can suggest that he's in control.
And now this clash ahead here in the 6th opens up a cut on the right eye, inside, right on the brow of Terrence Crawford. So each man has been cut from an accidental clash. Touch, then power from Crawford. Wide swinging right hand from Porter off the mark. Attempt at the uppercuts from Crawford. Infighting from Porter. High intensity stuff here in Vegas.
Sean doing the right thing. He got one hand free. He's swinging with the opposite hand.
Blood is landing, but Porter's taking the play almost every time.
Back of the trucks, Reed War. On a night he honors marvelous Marvin Hagler. And at the halfway point, it has indeed been a war. 53 punches landed for Crawford.
Shout out sa iyo, Ralph Waldo at Antonio Magdangal sa Gcash donation.
Comes in.
I
Porter
love
actually
you.
wraps his arm around Crawford, brings him in, and causes a headbutt.
That was accidental headbutt.
Crawford getting the worst into that.
Dr. Brian Conroy is leaning between the ropes. He has long been the cut man for the champ.
Once you get on the inside, you throw that motherfucker left around that glove. Okay? You're doing good, man. You're doing good. Just can't let him steal them rounds off that bullshit. Okay?
Overhand right. Pick your spots where you want to bang. Back on defense. He touch you with something. Flow off of it. Flow off of it.
Heard Kenny Porter saying, pick your spots, but then back on defense. They really stressed fundamentals in this training camp to go up against Crawford. Getting your hands back, being in proper position defensively. Round 7.
It's the patience, the athleticism, and sharpness of Porter that's giving problems to Bud.
In that last round, Crawford had a 16-10 connect advantage. Landed 13 power punches. Always willing, right? Hands free, gonna fight. So the warning from Celestino Ruiz about leading with the head.
Right now, Sean Porter has fought the perfect fight. A good mix of fighting, probably less than we thought he was going to do, but good boxing, answering at the right time. His defense has been good. We know that one punch can change it for either guy, but so far, so good for Sean Porter.
And a critical word there, the descriptive of mixing it up. There's a right hand from Porter. You heard? He closed the gap and landed a right hand, but that is what Porter said the other day. He said he'll never see anybody as athletic, as sharp, but somebody who mixes it up. You have to mix it up against Terrence Crawford.
And this is war for Sean Porter. It's the art of war. Sneak attacks. It's fighting. It's boxing. It's going away when you want me to come forward. It's a little bit of everything that we're seeing right now from Shawn Porter. Crawford has more glaring answers or more glaring questions to answer now than he did before the fight started.
See, the difference is that when Crawford, when he lands these shots on anybody else, they fall. But the difference is Shawn Porter hasn't failed. He's not going anywhere.
And for what it's worth, fellas, it looked like Crawford, based on their face, their body language, their energy or lack of energy, looked like he struggled more with the weight than Shawn Porter. If so, you're going to see that show up in the latter half of this fight.
To the end of round number 7. Porter landed that right hand in his 7th round. As we come to the bell, an opportunity to check in with Mark Kriegel and Max Kellerman.
Porter did not like those two left hands.
7-1 my ass. Those were the odds coming in. Shawn Porter was a 7-1 underdog. He should never be a 7-1 underdog against anyone. By the way, I gave Crawford the 2nd round. I think so far until that round, it was odd rounds for Porter, even for Crawford.
Yesterday, Porter said, I got to mix it up. I can't take time off. I can't allow him to fight off his rhythm. It has to be my rhythm. To this point, he's been successful in all of that.
Shout out sa'yo Ralph Waldo at Antonio Magdangal sa Gcash donation. I love
Right
you
hand,
po.
slide over to your right. Take a different angle. And then start up again. Keep feinting him to keep him off balance.
Punches fairly even. Crawford with a slight edge now, 64-60. Good combination. He catches him coming in. 2-punch combination by Crawford. So good countering both off the back foot, off the front foot. And now sharpshooting to the head is Crawford. Good start to round number 8 for the champ.
Crawford landing some of those, but not all of those. Good defense from Shawn Porter, but good punches and good exchange from Terrence Crawford.
67-66 says Dre. Max Kellerman said he would have flipped the 2nd round to Crawford, but it's that kind of fight.
Good people don't understand what a swing round is, meaning it literally could go either way.
That happens often at this level, Trey, right? At this elite level.
Those little shots right there from Shawn Porter are bothersome, and if they hit you right, they can hurt.
Yeah, but again,
Here, Terrence actually talking to Shawn about the headbutt right there. Just that pop jab right off the hip from Porter. Ooh, just missing with the left hand as Porter came in.
Terrence has to watch that body language because inside he'll turn, he'll do certain things that looks like Shawn Porter is in control and he's bullying.
Lead right hand from Porter. And another one.
various right hands. Porter's doing exactly what his father told him. Ooh, that body shot right there.
Wow. Oh, what a good bust from Crawford.
Yeah, that was a body shot, but that was an overhand right from Shawn Porter that definitely got Terrence Crawford's attention.
Each man having success. Porter with a couple of right hands. Crawford comes back with a left to the body as he has done a few times. Goes with it again.
I'd rather get hit with a head shot than a body shot like that.
Especially those that sound like that have that shotgun effect.
was a great 8, wasn't it?
Porter coming in behind the jab. Crawford sets him up with a nice body shot. But that looping right hand, that was part of the strategy. I told you guys, straight right hand, looping right hands, that's the main shot that Crawford gets hit with, often. But that right there, beautiful step back, create some space, catch Porter as he's coming forward with a beautiful check hook.
Shout out sa iyo Ralph Waldo at Antonio Magdangal sa Gcash donation. I love you po. Shout out sa iyo Albert Jasna sa 500 pesos na
Ryan
Gcash
McIntyre,
donation.
Mac, as he is
I
known
love you po.
among the Crawford family and friends, was saying box him, box him, box him. And now the call to order changes of raise your level of intensity. Here we go, round 9.
That's been missing from Crawford, the jab. He hasn't been on his jab.
He's only landed 21% to this point.
Porter's looking for the overhand right. He's looking to slip in behind the jab.
They found it in the last round. There's a double jab from Crawford.
What Kenny Porter is asking his son Sean Porter for is separation.
Check hook again from the southpaw.
The fight is close, it's tight. Where's the separation? Raise your game. That's what he's asking for.
Olay.
Crawford able to roll out to the left. Body shot from Porter. Crawford comes back jabbing.
Little sneaky body shot from Crawford in the inside right there on the right side of Porter.
He's landed 23 body punches to this point with a minute to go in round 9.
Looks like Porter wants to take a round off and Crawford needs to take advantage.
Left hand to the body again and again. Lead left hand from Crawford. As Porter keeps taking those steps forward.
See Porter holding on, trying to get himself together. When you get hit with a shot like that, you got to reassess some things.
Both guys landing some counters right there, exchanging.
Going underneath with the left hand to the body.
Shout out sa iyo Albert Jasma sa 500 pesos na Gcash donation. I love you po. Shout out sa iyo Ralph Waldo at Antonio Magdangal sa Gcash donation. I love you po.
Boom! Crawford meets him with a nice short uppercut on the inside.
He's not jumping in as much as he's not jumping in like come on, bro, pay attention to it. He's not jumping in like he was. Yeah. Come on. Hey, you gotta go.
Crawford had a 14-10 connect advantage. In that last round, had 9 power punches. Overall, 92-79 connect advantage for Terrence Crawford. Body work in that last round and the short uppercut that we showed. There the body punches. 28, there is the knockdown scored in round 10 by the champ. Terrence Crawford catches Porter early in round 10. And now patiently probing. Seeing what could be behind that jab. There's a combination. There's a lead left hand. Porter looks good on his feet, but not coming forward and firing at Crawford for the moment. There's the overhand right. And another combination. Beautiful work by Crawford. Magnificent accuracy by the champ. He does damage. Kenny's on the apron, and he's stopping the fight. His father says it's over. Terrence Crawford has just stopped Shawn Porter. No man has done that. Crawford just did it. Father, embracing the undefeated world champion and the rival trainer. Years ago, Kenny Porter had a heated exchange with Bud Crawford. They almost threw at each other. But it's nothing but respect now as grown men, as champions. Barry Hunter, who works the corner of Shawn Porter, embracing Terrence Crawford. When he flips the switch, there are a few like him. Congratulations, champ. As he's making the rounds ringside, and now embracing Shakur Stevenson, who he mentors, already a 2-division undefeated champion, a U.S. Olympian. What a great spirited effort by Showtime Shawn Porter until the end, until that 10th round when he went down twice. Excellent, excellent fight. And 0 with 29 knockouts. Against the guy that nobody gets rid of. A guy that has been in with the best. A 2-time welterweight champion who had a split decision loss to Errol Spence. Here's the first knockdown, Timmy.
It's all about timing. Told you, Shawn Porter makes too many mistakes lunging forward like that. Boom, hit with an uppercut. Terrence stepped right to the side. Created an angle for himself. Avoided those punches. Step back. Double step back. There you go.
And then the end of the fight. So the left uppercut is the first knockdown. And watch this combination, Dre.
Well, you see Crawford doing what he does best, finish. He got that right hook in there. Not a shot he really landed thus far up until this point. It's a heavy, heavy shot for any fighter to take, especially this late in the fight. Here we see a half step back. Boom, that's his signature shot that Terrence lands. He missed that, but he came back with the right hook, and it landed flush. Down goes Shawn Porter, and I think Kenny Porter stopped the fight, not necessarily because of what happened, but what was to come. Terrence Crawford is the best finisher in the game, and he knew that it wasn't going to get any better for Shawn Porter, especially if Shawn wasn't himself and was dazed in the head and tried to keep off a guy like Terrence Crawford.
Kenny was already up on the apron by the time his son turned around. And Dre, I think you are exactly correct. Look at the celebration with Miss Deborah and his family. He has his mom, Deborah. He has the mother of his children, Isha, Shantae, and Letitia, his sisters. Everybody has made the trip, and they will be celebrating deep into the night as the belt is still his. Dre, I think you made a great
Shout out
point.
sa iyo, Ralph
Yes, the
Tuoso at
left uppercut,
Antonio
the first
Magdangal sa
knockout, vicious.
Gcash donation.
The right hook
I
was to
love
the
you
temple.
po.
The
Shout
right hook
out
was
sa
to the
iyo,
temple.
Albert Jasmine
And
sa
his
500
father knows
pesos
the
na
way
Gcash
Crawford goes about
donation.
his business.
I love
Yes.
It
you po.
was gonna get ugly, and the father did the right thing. And I know Sean's upset, but Crawford finishes in vicious ways. What do you say we make it official? Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 21 seconds in round number 10. A referee in charge, Celestino Ruiz, stops the contest upon request of the corner. He is the winner by way of technical knockout and still the undefeated WBO welterweight champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. So